Hello and welcome to another episode of No Load Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me, back from Florida SuperCon, it's Mr. Joel Young.
What's good? No load time, Obed. We're here.
Good
I'm
to be back.
Show is on. I know last week we technically did not have a podcast episode, but you guys still got content nonetheless. My coverage from Florida SuperCon, which was a really good time. Shout out to Reed Pop and the team over there for allowing us to have press passes to be able to cover the convention, and was just absolutely glad to be out there, man. So glad to be back for the show, though. Glad to be back.
Yeah, good to see you, sir. Good to see that you returned from Miami, both of your kidneys. That's great. I mean, I don't know if you purposefully got rid of one so you can get like a theory saber or something, right? I don't know. Hey, let's
Sell
go.
a kidney for a saber, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You trade it, yeah, exactly. Priorities. I only need one to survive. Let's go.
Right?
Oh,
lightsaber's a must.
Yeah,
about
for
it,
sure.
but,
The lightsaber of truth. I don't have it with me. I should get. I should actually get. No, but no joke. Yeah, no joke. I should get like an official lightsaber of truth now. But it's funny because I grabbed it.
You might need to make a stop at Disney.
Man, so the other day I wanted to do some like a lightsaber of truth kind of joke, and then I went to grab. I went to grab my daughter's lightsaber, and the batteries died. So I was like, blub, blub. I was trying to like it wasn't igniting. I was like, oh no. We gotta get some legit lightsabers here so we can, swing the lightsaber of truth every once in a while, whenever we are sharing our hot takes on several different topics. But sir, man, good to be back, dude. I've been really busy with work, and house stuff. I haven't had time to like really do too much. Still hitting that Metaphor Refantasio. I'm like 65 hours in, so I should be getting to the final act of the game here pretty soon. And I mean, it's a fantastic game, man. A couple of twists and turns. I do find, and I know that this game got nominated for Game of the Year. And won in some places, and rightfully so. I think the game is phenomenal. The only gripe that so I think that because Persona games back before Persona 5 more specifically they weren't that big. They were pretty niche games. I think that the way that Persona games do their main baddie reveal is a lot more impactful than how this game did it. I mean, this game did it okay because there's twists, right? Of course, there's twists, but it is in the opening. It's not even in the opening cutscene. There's a cutscene that plays before you press start on the game, and the villain is revealed right there, and there's more stuff that happens right now. Now I'm getting to where I'm finding out motives and stuff, right? But you know who done it. Like, you see the person do it. Versus Persona 4, you don't, you get the whodunit comes in 80 hours in, and then you get to your last day as like, stuff is not resolved, what's going on, right? And then you gotta keep going. So I like how Persona does it better. Persona 5 did it really masterfully as well too, where they sort of revealed the main the baddie at the beginning, but who's really behind this? You don't really know until you complete another like long section of the game. So, but it's a great game. I mean, it's so good. That battle system is so much fun. Like, those battles are so good. And the quality of life features that game put in, like the being able to restart fights without, it's like, oh yeah, kill me, monster, so I can redo this fight. Like, you can actually like redo the fight. You have an option to like restart battle, and it's really good. So, lots of fun. I'm really enjoying that game. I really do recommend it if you're into like turn-based, story heavy RPGs. I think a lot of people like it more than Persona because it doesn't have the sort of the gooning that Persona has,
Oh
and
yeah,
this is more associated with like anime games, and it's
sure.
not like it's, like Persona 5. Like there's very questionable stuff in there, but uh, I gotta be honest, it's one of my favorite games of all
No,
time. But
you're honest. You're honest.
I gotta be honest
Yeah,
with myself, right?
yeah.
Um, but this game doesn't have any of that. So if you like, hey, straight up, you're not looking to, hey, this lady's kind of cute, I want to romance her. No, like we're all in this for the common good of everyone, and we're not going to be dating. Like
Yeah,
whereas
yeah,
Persona, hey, you got anything to do tonight? Hey, let's go hang out, right? And then
yeah.
you pick your girl or multiple. It's up to you. Hey, you play it however you want, right? You're a high schooler. That doctor's kind of cute. I don't know. So
That's the thing. It's questionable.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, yeah. So, um, again, I think that the story is very very relevant, and like um, the way they're doing a story with very relevant topics, but using it in a fantasy setting is Star Wars, kinda. Yeah, it's Andor basically.
Interesting. Wow.
It's very good. So, yeah, having lots of fun with that. So, looking forward to wrapping that up. I still haven't gotten anything else, man. I stood by my word. I was like, no, Death Stranding. I haven't pre-ordered Ghost of Yote. I will get them, right? But their time will come, and then I still haven't played Fatal Fury, so I want to play that a little bit before I jump into something else.
Yeah, yeah.
But I want to hear, man, your stories, adventures from Florida SuperCon. Go ahead, sir.
No worries. Yeah, yeah. No. Before I get into SuperCon, I realized there's a movie that got kind of caught in the crosshairs between our last episode and SuperCon that I want to give a quick
Yeah.
little reaction to, non spoilers. Superman came out right after we recorded our last episode before we went on break for SuperCon, and it feels like a lot of time has gone on, but I can tell you that movie, Obed, absolutely lived up to the hype for me. I was going in hoping for a good time, and I left having a good time.
Good.
It felt very similar to old Marvel, like it felt like a Marvel film in a good way. And it took enough liberties to say that most people know who Superman is, so it doesn't waste time with the plot of we need to establish who Superman is. What they do instead, from an establishment standpoint, is yes, they're building out this new worlds that he's in with, your, as they call them, the Justice Gang that's in the film and things like that, right? But at the same time, it's really more so important about like Superman being a good man. And so, like, you in Cavill's version and other versions we've seen, it's very much like the weight and the responsibility of being Superman and having, these godlike powers and trying to live amongst the people. He's not trying to blend in with the people in this movie so much. It's more so the fact of him saying, like, they don't acknowledge me as a human, but I'm more human than anyone else. I'm just as human as anyone
Okay.
else here. Like,
Yeah.
I have the same heart as these people. I
I
mean,
can see
without spoiling, he goes into it.
I can see the relevancy of that theme.
Correct.
Yeah, again.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like saying, like, hold on a second, you guys are saying this, but I may not technically be from this planet, but I love like everyone else. I care like everyone else.
Yeah.
I work hard like everyone else. I'm scared like everybody else, And so the humanization of him was really cool. Now with all that being said, the movie, I think this movie is up there, and it's gonna be one of those conversations with maybe one of the best Superman movies that people have seen, like have had come out. And that's a strong statement to say, because obviously Christopher Reeves, some people feel very strongly about the Cavill Man of Steel films, but it's up there. And that's something that DC needed. They needed a movie that they could say, like, people really are really gonna like it. And it's done very well at the box office.
Yeah.
So they'll be just fine trying to make their spin-offs. Supergirl, I don't know if you've seen the news around that.
I've seen
how she's going to
yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it. Yeah, like here and
yeah,
there.
so like
Yeah.
essentially that she is going to be her movie's not going to be Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which was originally announced when Gunn did his whole breakdown of, what this new phase was going to be, this chapter 1
Right.
of his cinematic universe. And so like they're said just going to call it just Supergirl, just like how Superman was just called Superman. At first it was Superman Legacy, right? That was what it was originally called, Superman
It
Legacy,
was. Yeah.
and then it got
Yeah.
cut to Superman. So
Yeah.
they do the same thing with Supergirl, where they're going to say this is just Supergirl. And supposedly there's some changes that are already being made to original source material. However, I don't want to get into too much stuff, but we get a pulse of where this movie's going. I don't know what you may or may not have seen online for this movie, but clearly she'll be still very disturbed because most people don't realize she actually was alive and a young adult during the timing of the Kryptonian
Krypton. Yeah.
events that happened with the fall of Krypton. So
Right.
yeah, it'll be cool to see how they portray that live action. That comes out, I think, next year. So they're not wasting a lot of time.
Yeah.
I think also the Green Lantern project comes out next year as well, which that's one of my personal favorite on the DC side. Green Lantern is one of my personal favorite characters, particularly the John Stewart version. Guy Gardner's great in this movie. Guy Gardner's one of the
Cool.
like not loved characters at all out of all the Lanterns. Probably the least loved the most.
Yeah.
And they found a way to make him charming. Yeah, there's a lot of I can't say too much more without talking about the details of the movie. But I really hope you can get out and catch it or see it sooner than later because it's fun watching at home and all, but it definitely is a special experience. I actually caught it in IMAX when I saw it, so it was shot in IMAX. I forgot that until like the week before it came out, and I was like, well, actually, I'm glad I caught it this way. The same thing I did with F1, where I
Yeah.
saw it in IMAX and it was shot in IMAX. So worth doing that if you can. And yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can say about the movie. I'll switch gears into SuperCon.
Cool.
Miami. What a great place.
You know what?
Yep.
To each his own.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, when I say that, like,
I'm not a beach person.
well, that's the thing. Like, I want to be careful how I phrase this. Not crazy about because we have people who watch us from all around or listen to us more than any of those are all around, and in Miami itself is a different type of area, but particularly South Beach is what I'm talking about. Like specifically that area.
Yeah.
So nice, man. It was so chill. The convention itself is kind of reflective of the area, to be honest with you. Everything's very laid back, very casual, very comfortable, and I mean that in a good way, in an endearing way.
Right.
It has grown tremendously. So as you remember, we covered it last year, but I covered it from a distance with the pass, and then
Right.
the year before that I was out there. So it'd been a good 2 years since I'd been to Miami, and yeah, they've probably grown a good 20% more than what it was from the last time I'd gone. And the convention center is not that big. It's bigger than the one in Miami, but nowhere near what we have here in Orlando for our Orange County Convention Center. It's not even close to this. It's much smaller. But with that being said, they still have a great showroom floor. And the last time I went, the showroom floor had a lot of empty space, and they were, they had good vendors, but not as much. This year, that was not the case. A lot more packed, a little tougher to get around. As you know, one of the vendors that I got to stop by and chat it up with was Star Wars Theory. He had Theory Sabers. He had a booth out there, and I actually took an opportunity to talk with him. You go ahead and check it out on the channel and see my conversation with him. I went by the first day by his booth. And I saw his team out there, talked to them a little bit. I mean, literally every person I talked to was like, I was shocked. Not that they'd be mean people, but they were just so friendly and so nice. I'm like,
Good, man.
I don't know how people have any issues with with these people because they're so nice.
Right.
Like you just walk up and just chat with them, and they're just like, cool. There was no like ulterior motive or anything, at least publicly that I witnessed. And so I just got an opportunity and said, hey, like, I want to see if is there a chance maybe I can meet Theory. Is there any time that he might be around? They're like, come back around this particular time, and he should be around here. He's just trying to get into the area, and then I ended up coming back, and he wasn't over there, so I waited for the following day. Following day, same thing. They told me there was some issues, I guess, of him just trying to get into the area. I don't know if he was maybe because he was flying from Canada and some of the issues coming through. It's my assumption. I'm not exactly sure. Wasn't for me to press and ask, but regardless, glad he was able to. They did say, hey, he made it. He was there. Just was gonna come in like a specific time. I go to and check out the D. Bradley Baker panel. Where it was with him and also Michelle Ang, who doing the voice of Omega for the Bad Batch, and it was a really good panel. I got a clip of that also on the channel. Check it out on the shorts. Really, really good time. And D. Bradley Baker, my goodness, he is really like a person for the people. He was just candidly telling people like, this is how you get into voice acting. I didn't realize he had an entire blog that he created right before the pandemic, I think. He said, but regardless, he has an entire blog where he actually goes through step by step how to actually like get into voice acting, what rigging, what systems you need, how you set up your own like room and what equipment and all this kind of stuff, and how to train your voice and all these things. And I'm like, he said like I could charge tons of money for this type of stuff for a course, and he just puts it out there for free. It's
That's
like,
awesome, man. Yeah.
If you're somebody who wants to get into this and you're a fan of these conventions, like that's educational and that helps people get break into the industry. So, again, a good dude. Just nice to see something like that. If you're into the industry, something you want to get into, and you think you could be a voice actor, do it. But yeah, so after that one is when I went back over to Theory's booth, and you can watch all the video. I don't need to go into detail, but we talked a little bit about his new Vader fan film he's working on.
Right.
If you see behind me, there's a hat.
Saw it.
That's the Order 66 hat. He did sign it. Super nice. Outside of that, other thing that I would highlight is on Sunday, the last day of the convention. I went to John Boyega's panel, just hanging out there early, and shout out to the staff, hooked me up with a free autograph from John. I don't think it's. Oh yeah, it's up there too. What am I saying? It's up there too, guys. I'm sorry. But it's right there. He signed it. Nice. He signed it to Joel, and he put it on there. But I got to meet him. He signed it. Couldn't take any pictures with him, which is fine. But I would highly recommend you check out the video if you haven't yet, the short on the channel where he talks about what he would do differently for the sequels. He got a rowling ovation from the people where he just straight off the rip says, I wouldn't, spoilers, it's been years since these movies came out, 13 years or whatever. And he's like, I wouldn't kill off Han Solo in the first movie. I wouldn't, make Luke also become some kind of Force ghost and just disappear like on a rock or something. He said he wouldn't make, characters just have these powers off the rip. Right. Without actually struggling and going through things like get their stuff like every other character has. And I mean, people were just impassioned, and you could tell that he really has an understanding of what the fans felt, and he felt the same way. And he didn't do it in a way where he was like straight up saying Disney didn't make problems. He actually made a reference beforehand with one of the videos where he talked about how he thinks that they need to pull more of like a Kevin Feige type style for the business, because he could tell that those movies were just made movie to movie, and he's like, they didn't plan one large storyline and of what they were going to actually do, and just kind of took it step by step and let each director do their own thing. That's not the way to handle a large IP like that. We know that now in hindsight. And I mean, that aside from that, that's some of the key highlights I would say. Cool. Thank you again, Reed Pop, for having us out there. It was a really good time. Look forward to hopefully be back again next year. We'll see. But yeah, really, really good time out there in Miami.
Cool. Awesome, man. Good stuff. Yeah, looking forward to Tampa. So that's going to be
next
fun.
One up.
Yeah, sadly, you couldn't make San Diego this year, but...
Yes, I still put out a video or two reacting because I want to honor the press badge they gave us. So I'll still give them some coverage, but yes, not boots on the ground. Yeah. I got some friends out there that are sending me stuff to keep me updated, which is great. But it's a different one. Disney's not there. Paramount's not there. Warner Brothers is not there. Netflix is not there. Amazon is not there. They have booths there
I've
where
seen
they're
a
selling stuff and pop-ups. Like you
yeah.
saw the Fantastic Four one
Well,
probably.
I've seen a lot of the
But
Masters of the Universe stuff, like
Master of the
the live
Universe.
action.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're because of being press, we do get like the press release emails. We're getting tons of
Oh
those, which
yeah, we were
we're
getting
grateful to
freaking
have that.
bombarded.
Yes,
Yeah, great.
we know what's going on out there. We have all the press
Yeah,
releases from all the corporations
yeah,
and their media teams are reaching out.
yeah.
But yeah, it's different. It's different.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No, good stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually going to Tampa, hanging out, and take some video and spend some money. Probably. Just don't let the wife know. So keep it
Well, he
secret.
says it's live on air. It's
She's
fully
not.
recorded.
She's not listening.
It's in 4K. I'm gonna hit her. I'm gonna hit her up.
It's in,
I'm a snitch.
it's in 720p. I don't have the bandwidth, sir.
That's true.
I don't have to get up there.
It's true. Guys, you wanna? This is a good moment to plug in our Patreon.
Yeah, there you go.
Support the show.
No love time. Go ahead. Feel free. Yeah. We'll go ahead and make the 4K happen someday. Right. But, Joe, the Fantastic Four First Steps Review Embargo, Los Cuatro Fantásticos, that is up. Wow. Reviews are out. It is sitting at a 64 on Metacritic. Not sure what it's sitting at on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see. Let's see. Live check. No. At 88. It's doing pretty good.
Wow.
Rotten Tomatoes.
That's very good.
I have not seen a negative review. The most I've seen is that the movie is safe, which is probably what Marvel needs right now.
100%.
So I get it, right? I get it. But I've heard that everything else is great. The acting is good. The visuals are great. Villains are good. I heard the mid-credit scene is very important. And that's all I heard. I am spoiler free other than that. But what do you think, sir?
Yeah, like you said, the main thing I heard as well is that this movie is very safe. And I'm like, good.
Yeah,
that's what this movie should be.
Yeah.
You don't need to be doing no crazy. You've heard me go on this rant month after month, Obed, but I kept saying it. There's only 2 projects that I needed to be good this year for Marvel. Daredevil Born Again and Fantastic Four. Yeah, Thunderbolts, it could have been trash. It wasn't. It was actually really darn good. Yeah. But it didn't have to be good for me. I wouldn't have been offended if it was bad. But I needed Daredevil Born Again to be good, and it was. And I needed Fantastic Four to be good. I said it from the beginning. I'm looking for 8s. I'm not looking for 10s. I'm looking for 8s. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
I really did enjoy Daredevil, though. Daredevil was pretty good.
Daredevil was really darn good. This movie, which I will be checking out tomorrow, it's going to be late. We're going to check it out. Keep you guys updated. But I fully have an expectation of a good movie. I need this to be like Shang-Chi good. That's kind of the comparison. Think origin story, right? Because we're not talking about an Avengers movie. I need something that's like in the recent MCU, a good adaptation like that we have fun, people like it. It's projected right now to be the second highest opening Marvel film since 2022, which was Wakanda Forever, I think they said. So they say second because the one before that would have been
Spider-Man, right?
No, actually 2022. It would have been it would be Deadpool from last year. Is the since 2022.
That's right.
Second largest was Deadpool, which was like 211 million, something like that. I think it was. I was just doing my research on the numbers, but my point being is like that was there. This one they're saying somewhere in the range of 120 million. These are domestic numbers, of course. I think this movie can reach. I think this movie can reach 500 to 600 million if it does good. And if that's what the numbers they get, that will be the highest grossing Marvel film since, I want to say, Deadpool, MCU film. And before that, I also Guardians 3.
Guys, they're
So
good, yeah.
if you can get in that tier and this is an introductory film, then we're looking like faith is starting to be restored. Thunderbolts was a good movie. It took a hit because of the lack of faith from projects that came before. Like
Right.
you started to have, with Brave New Worlds, the reaction to it was not as strong as they were suspecting. So then it naturally fell off into Thunderbolts. I don't think Brave New World's a bad movie by any means, but I understand that it's not on the same tier as your Winter Soldiers and your Civil Wars, and when you put Captain America in
No,
there, and it's like that.
you better.
That's my argument.
You
right?
better bring it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So like that. That's I think a big tier with it, but
Yeah.
still enjoyable itself. But yeah, Obed, totally think it's gonna be fine. Pedro Pascal, should be a strong enough lead. Everyone loves him and all the things he's been in
Yeah.
recently. I'm curious. Supposedly the credit scene has been directed by the Russo brothers. We'll have a full breakdown. Obed, are you gonna see it in theaters? That's the real question I need to ask. Can you please
Yeah,
confirm where you're going?
I said that I was gonna wait for reviews, and reviews are good. I see. The thing is that this weekend I already have my weekend planned, and then next weekend, I gotta keep Friday free because I'm been having some things that I gotta take care
personal.
of.
We talked about it.
Yeah,
yep.
we talked about it pre-show. And then Saturday I'm going to Tampa with you, and then so I'll try my best. Let's leave it at that. I'll try my best to catch it.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Because after this, we won't have one for a while.
I wish I could do, man.
After this, it won't be July of next year for Spider-Man, supposedly.
Like if I talk about the things I did, AMC would ban me. But I don't have AMC near me. It's Regal. But man, those were the days. The two first down at Downtown Disney.
No, you're aging yourself now. Downtown Disney Springs there.
The two first
Disney
at Downtown Disney before they had the service theaters, before where you can order food.
Dine-in.
Like yeah. So those were the days, man. Go in that place, you get lost in there. Let's go watch a few films today. If you know, you know. But no, I really want to catch it. It looks fun. It looks like a lot of fun, and visually it's very appealing. So, but I do want to catch Superman too. So it's gonna be rock paper scissors on this one, man. I gotta tell you, I'm actually kind of excited for both. But I'm more committed to the MCU right now. Speaking of the MCU, sir, what do you think about the recent comments by Kevin Feige saying that after the second Avengers movie, what's the name again? Not Infinite Wars. That's the wrong universe.
Doomsday, Secret Wars.
The Secret Wars. That the MCU will be reset, and I think that to this point where we are right now, and everything that we've been through in the MCU, I think that's the right move. So the question is, how do you do it? Okay, tough task, because you have to do it in a way that honors what RDJ and Chris Evans and all these guys did for the MCU, but at the same time do it a fresh take on it, where you can bring people back. So that's my concern, right? That it's either going to be too different, and it's not gonna be fresh enough to keep people interested. So it's a hard balance. It's a hard thing to balance. I do think it's the right move. That especially like X-Men, like all this. I understand, guys, that Hugh Jackman will always be Wolverine, right? But at some point, like, especially in the light of this week, which has been the celebrity purge of 2025, in light of what's going on right now, right? We've talked about Peter Cullen and all these guys, right? It's like, bro, like James Earl Jones is gone. Like what? It's like this. you gotta keep in mind that these things are not forever. And in light of all that, how do you, casting new people in? It's not gonna be a problem. I'm sure of that. But how do you balance, respect for what came before and do it in a fresh way where you can keep old fans and you can bring in new fans, like say like my daughter, like she's starting to show interest for Marvel stuff. Like she's still like on the fence. She's still more of an anime kind of kid.
Yeah.
But how do you bring back, how you bring in, the younger generations into the MCU, right? So it's a hard, I don't, whoever comes after Feige to take care of Marvel after all this is done, good luck, because it's tough art. Again, first of all, tough act to follow, and how do you keep it fresh? But
Right.
what do you think, man? I think this is going to be a really good long topic for us here.
Yeah, I mean, I first and foremost have to say it's the right thing to do, but I want to put my opinion on what I think they're doing. I don't know this as a fact, but what I think they're doing is not necessarily a reset, but a refresh. Because I think some actors and characters will be on a little bit early into the reset timing of stuff and still be playing their characters a little bit into it before they maybe recast again or just completely move on from some characters for some years. That's just an opinion. So, like, for example, like by the time Secret Wars comes out, that's what, 2027 or 28? 27, I think it is.
7, yeah.
All right, 27. So if by 2027 you're done with your whole lineup of stuff, reset everything, then you're probably looking at somewhere around 2030 that you start to actually get like maybe like an X-Men or something that's like a bigger IP film of some kind. I don't think they're gonna rush to have it come out 2028 or even 2029. I think they're gonna like slowly phase it. So when I say that, like, I think people like Tom Holland Spider-Man, Simu Liu's Shang-Chi, who else? Maybe Chris Hemsworth. There's a couple people like that I think will like they'll recast clearly Iron Man. I think they're gonna recast Captain America and go back to Steve Rogers. I think they're gonna do that.
1,000,000% they're gonna bring Steve back.
I think the Hulk is gonna get recast.
Black Widow.
Like some Black Widow's gonna get recast. I think like you're gonna see all those ones come back with new faces and have their own new worlds thing reset.
Right.
But I think there's gonna be a few that linger on from the other ones. Like I'm saying, not many, maybe like a couple. But the first one that comes to mind is this guy. Like I don't think Tom Holland is gonna be like, all right, guys, Secret Wars is done, and that's it. He had his Brand New Day movie that's gonna come out next year in 2026, and then they're done. I don't think that's the case. I think they'll I think they'll let some of them like linger in and just kind of like make it that the multiverse magically things have just shifted and changed in a snap of the finger. We're resetting these timelines, but some of the people still exist. They just aren't. It's just not so much canon. Maybe the other movies. I could be completely wrong. Maybe they are doing a hard reset. Maybe they are pressing that red button saying, "Nuke it. Let's start from the beginning." And if they do that, I'm okay with that. I'm not so married to what they've done for so long now. I think you have to find a way to end it and end it beautifully. And as long as Secret Wars is done as what it's supposed to be and really, really special and profound, and if they just say from that point, we're looking at, again, 28, 29, 2030-ish is when I'm really looking at for those movies start to come in that start to say this is the new era of Marvel.
Right.
That's okay, because, like, think about how many kids right now are, like, 12, 13, they're young. That's kind of the age range where sort of many kids started to grow into, the 2008 MCU and stuff like that. We're talking about now years. 2028, by the time we get to that, that's going to be 20 years
20 years on the
that,
MCU,
that they've
yeah.
been doing these. You
Yeah.
can't you can't keep holding on to that cool stuff. It's going to get even more and more stale in a way that's like needs a refreshing. So like if a kid's gonna be like 16 years old or something, and you're hitting that reset, you can't expect them to go watch 20 years of these movies and TV shows and stuff and feel the
Right,
same way that
right.
we did
No.
watching it for the first time at that time.
Yeah, and you also
Like
got to
they're
remember
gonna
that
have to grow into this.
yeah, and they don't
Right.
have the
Like, your
same
daughter needs
optics.
this.
Yeah,
Yes, like your daughter needs her Iron Man and she needs her Black Widow and that's
Right.
gonna come at that time, and it's gonna be new technology, it's gonna be new faces, and that's okay. We have to accept that.
yeah,
And yes, everyone's gonna want to compare it to, well, it's not the same as Robert Downey Jr. It's not the same as Hugh Jackman. But like, and I'm not coming against it that because I've been guilty of those things. I was that way with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I was like, Tobey Maguire's
Oh,
better
yeah.
than Andrew Garfield. I don't care, and I still believe that.
Right.
But what I will say,
I mean,
is,
he's the
like,
GOAT.
it's
There's no
okay. It's a
disputing
GOAT.
it.
It's okay, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like I have to understand that naturally you have to continue on these things and
Right.
keep making more new stuff. So I can only hope that they look at this and say, let's just get a really strong young foundation of actors. Not every character has to be young. Like for X-Men, that's been the rumor. Like the same way that they kind of handled Thunderbolts, being now the same director that's going to be doing this project. Like, let's go young. Let's get like a Jenna Ortega. Like, let's get these up and coming actors that are clearly very talented, but they can carry this new weight of this new MCU, and kids can grow into it and be in their 20s and 30s. Like they have the same experiences that many of us had growing as these other characters. I can hope that be the case. I don't have the nostalgia glasses of everything needs to go back to that. I like when you acknowledge the fans and what was, and you acknowledge the cool stuff done back then, and we'll have that.
Yeah.
And no matter what, that's great. But we can't keep prolonging this.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
it's
my rant.
No, it's tough, right? And I think when you man, when you go back and think of like franchises that have hit the restart button, and I'm not talking about like God of War is a good example, right? God of War, it is not a soft reboot. It is not a reboot. It is a sequel. Like it is through and through a sequel. It has a different approach, but it acknowledges what came before. Like this is not a reboot. This is a sequel. It just looks and plays different, right? Man, and I'm trying to go back and see if there's a long, like running franchise of anything that's rebooted it like that, and it's tough. Maybe the Star Trek movies. I mean, Planet of the Apes. That was like a reboot, right? And it worked. But when if you go man, maybe like a good example is probably the Resident Evil remakes, where you're acknowledging what came before it and what it was, and making it new and fresh and exciting, right? That's I think that would be like the best example I can probably give. But that and Planet of the Apes probably is probably going to be the best. I think the new Planet of the Apes movies are much superior to like anything that came before it. So, man, it's tough. It's tough. When are we gonna get that reboot of Fast and the Furious, sir? That's gonna happen? When's family going to be?
Did you see the, I don't know what race it was where that Vin Diesel was at, and he started talking about all the things that they were gonna do.
Paul Walker's back. I was like, bro, no.
Paul Walker's back, guys. We're bringing back.
Okay. No.
Let him rest in peace.
But
anyways,
Vin Diesel let bro retire.
All right, it's so dark. But then But the one positive out of everything, or no, there's
There's
one main
positives.
positive that he
Yeah.
talked about was he was like, we're making a street racing movie. Like we're going back to street racing. I'm like, I don't know how that's possible with how the last one ended. Did you watch the last one, Obed?
I lost track.
You
Probably.
you don't need to. It's I know they're like forgettable.
Yeah.
Spoilers. It came
Fast
out.
X will be about Vin Diesel fighting ice to save their families. But remember when The Rock punched that submarine, man? Oh, sick. Sub comes out, The Rock is like, nah, man. Douche.
No, he
Sub
punched,
goes all the way.
he
Like,
punched a torpedo with his
the
hand. You
dude
can't do that.
punched a nuclear vehicle, a nuclear powered
can't.
vehicle, and
They can't do that, guys. Look, as much as I joke about like Mission Impossible is another one that does like some absolutely buku crazy kind of stuff that's just unreal. Like that's like to another level. But yeah, he talked about, I don't know if you saw that one thing where he talked about like, hey, we're gonna go make it a street racing movie. I'm like, I don't know how that's possible with where they went, but that's
like,
what we all are
especially
asking
now,
for, so
like
we'll see.
again, like that was hot back in the early 2000s, where
Oh sure.
you know, yeah, it was what it was back then. It's fine.
They were stealing DVD players.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're going to be stealing Switch 2s out of trucks now, and yeah. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna go back to that. Like street racing is not even hot anymore, right? I think we're in the era of a personal responsibility right now, and and high insurance rates. I don't know if you can afford street racing anymore. Those back in the day with parts were cheap and insurance rates were low. Now it's a whole different story. Yeah, it's like Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel's gonna be stealing Switch 2s to pay for his insurance.
Mia, I'm gonna pay for my nephew's college.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal some Switch 2s.
It's like instead of buying a Supra
Can't
engine,
make this up.
instead of buying a Supra engine, it's like, oh, Ted, it's really expensive. Like worrying about like old people stuff. It's like this lawn is not gonna mow by itself. It needs gas. It's like get a lawnmower, get a souped up lawnmower with like an intake.
Sorry, I can't race today.
Get an intake on
Gas
the side.
prices went up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what racing does to my but to my MPGs.
We need a parody of like.
Yeah. Oh
this is
man,
great.
there was a stupid parody of for Fast and the Furious. I think I saw it. There was always parodies back in the early 2000s of everything.
Internets.
So, man, it's ridiculous, right? You get old and all you think about is like, dang it, I gotta mow the lawn today. Back in the day, I only had to worry about my Civic not making too much noise, so the cops won't chase me around. Sucks. The good old days.
Oh jeez.
Sir. But yeah, it's very exciting for Marvel. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. I'm hoping that some of the characters, and I think that, Joel, in between you and me, if Marvel focuses on what they need to focus and they don't worry about like the F tier characters, we'll be okay. Like,
Yeah.
no need for Iron Hearts. No need for all this. Like,
we don't need it.
This guys that no one ever knows. Is like, even Moon Knight. It's like,
I know.
That's
a
just
hot
me.
take.
It's just
A little
me.
hot take. I didn't ask for it.
I like Moon Knight. I think it was a good show, but no one asked for it. Yeah, Switch 2. Not the ones that Vin Diesel stole, but the ones that Nintendo sold. We are experiencing in the US a resurgence of Nintendo of sorts, I guess. I mean, I don't think it never went away, but 1.6 million units sold in the US since its launch. Hardware up on Nintendo's side 249% year over year, and They are doing very, very well selling their consoles. I saw. Ooh, what when you start giving your take, I'm gonna look it up because I saw numbers for all three consoles at the beginning of June, and I think you will be horrified by the Xbox numbers. But
Oh, geez.
but yeah, man, Nintendo doing really, really well. I'm still eyeing to get a Switch 2 sometime next year. I'm not in a hurry. We got plenty. So first of all, we got plenty. Donkey Kong got tents all over the place. That game's we played the demo at Target. I don't know. Oh, so last week we went to Target. They had a demo. They had the demo up, and we played it. And it was real good. I could tell you, dude,
Wow.
that we played the demo. And my daughter was like, "Yo." Like even she was
Was it on the Joy-Cons or on a Pro Controller?
she was playing it on the on handheld mode.
Oh, cool.
And
That's a great test.
yeah. So she was playing it and she was like, this feels like Mario Odyssey. And she just kept played for a bit, and she was like, she looks at me and was like, it's really good, Daddy. And I was like, yeah, it looks good. So she looked
good.
like she could tell like right off the bat, she played for like 5-10 minutes and she looks at me and it's like, oh, it's real good. I was like, oh, okay, good. Yeah, it's gotten really, really good reviews out there. One thing that I've heard though is that Mario Kart, like I heard Mario Kart 8 is actually better than Mario Kart World. Like Mario Kart World has more characters, but Mario Kart 8 as a whole has more content. So
Interesting.
it is sort of what it is with that. But I did see Mario Odyssey on Switch 2. That looks way better. That is, if you've never played Mario Odyssey and you're planning to get a Switch 2, get Mario Odyssey with it because it looks phenomenal. And I think that it's probably not a hot take, but I think Mario Odyssey is the best 3D platformer ever made. So it's worth the try, especially when you're looking at enhanced graphics, HDR and whatnot. So no, doing really, really well. But sir, what do you think about Nintendo's success?
Well, I mean, you have to take in perspective where we are. We're in 2025, and this is a new console in 2025, and there's no other out of the big three. Your home consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Nintendo's the only one that has a new console. So it's not like you shouldn't be like, wow, I can't believe that it's the best selling console out of all three. Well, like, of course it should be. Like, if it isn't, then there's probably something wrong where people just don't want what you're selling. That's not to take away from the success of it. The fact that the success of it is saying that it is even upselling, where PS4 was extremely successful in its sales at a time of it coming out, and it's surpassing those numbers, which was from November of 2013. I think they were saying when I saw the report, like that in itself is just showing that the demand in the modern time for new generation, not just legacy gamers, but even just like the younger generation that are getting their first consoles,
Right.
this is the one of choice.
Yep.
So I have to take that as a sign of the numbers are telling us that the future of gaming, and particularly console gaming, may be this versatility. And I know,
I agree.
like,
I agree.
I know. I'm one of those guys. I like to sit on my couch, controller in hand on a TV. So I'm not saying that that's going away. Obviously, this console does that. It gives you that option to do that. But the fact that for so long, the handheld or just this portable device kind of felt like a thing of a past generation, where people would be like, I remember the DS days, I remember my Game Boy Advance days, I'm aging myself, PSP days and things like that.
I remember the OG Game Boy.
The OG Game Boy, Game Boy
Gear
all
days.
these, right? Like, we're going back to that. I know that's a strong statement to say. It didn't look that way. I just think we're going back to that, but in a reinvented way. It's not that's not gonna look like it did back then. It's a modern take on it because of what the Switch has to offer us. But like when we're seeing, obviously Microsoft, they came out with their Xbox handheld. PlayStation has the Portal selling extremely well, and they're working on their other thing, right?
Yeah, rumor came out yesterday that they are working on a full-fledged handheld.
The numbers are telling us this is where the
Yeah.
market is, like, this is where things are going. This is obviously just domestic numbers, but we know worldwide it's also been a thing. Like I said, the Portal sold extremely well even overseas. Um, I don't know, man. I like to
Yeah.
see it. Happy for Nintendo, they've earned it, but
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, I mean they've caused some flack, rightfully so, right? Because no one's
Yeah,
perfect, and you know you got to protect your IPs, and at the end of the day, right, it is what it is. But um, I think that we're going to see a lot more of that, you know, sort of like synergy between the TV and handheld devices on many other things.
yeah.
Like I think the PC handheld market is gonna be it's really strong. It's gonna get strong. Only gonna get stronger with the Xbox. Whatever PlayStation's cooking, I don't know. They better make it nice. I actually a PS Vita game prices went down, and I'm buying a couple games. It was like I
Yeah,
may just buy
yeah.
this
Why
games
not?
that I missed back in the day that the prices are
Why
down.
not?
I should just go ahead and take advantage of that. So
Yeah.
I may do that. But what I wanted to do, this is the monthly hardware sales for June of 2025, and only gonna do North America and Japan on this one, and we'll go from there. But Switch 2 estimated sales 1.78 million. PS5 308,000. The original Switch 102,000 units. Xbox 93,000 units. You're looking at a you know a 3-to-1 ratio PS5 to Xbox, and you know the OG Switch outselling the Xbox in the US. Japan, buckle up, sir, for this Japan numbers. Because yeah, same thing for the Switch, 1.7 million. PS5 is at 56,000 units, 75,000 units for the OG Switch, and the Xbox with a whooping 1,700 units in all of Japan for June 2025. Scary numbers for Microsoft, I think. Um, I have I've let what went on with Xbox and the subsequent news and all that. I've let that simmer. I have a lot of opinions, and we'll probably do another podcast on this, but just because I don't want to burn any bridges, I guess. Since I mean, on a business level, I technically
Yeah.
am involved with Microsoft. I can't really express a lot of the things that I know, and you know, knowing how, you know, being following Microsoft for 35 years, I, you know, kind of know what they like to do with their stuff. Um, I don't know, 35 years now, 30. I'm not that old. Give me those
That's
five
the
back.
spirit. That's the
Dang it.
spirit.
I'll take
That's
those
the
five
spirit.
back.
Take it. Take it back.
But like I've formulated, it's like how, you know, thinking about how their past behavior and all that. It makes sense. A lot of things that they're doing right now, and it's not good. It's not good. So, yeah, scary numbers. If you're in that camp, I don't first. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting, Joe. Like I think the handheld's gonna do really really well. I think the box that they sell for like the TV box is not gonna do good at all. I think the handheld's gonna be their saving grace.
Mm.
So, because I know that you should be able to plug it in on a TV and play the games, right? And that's fine. And for those people that want the box, it's like unless they come up with something like crazy, right, where like you suspend the game on the handheld and then you can pick up on the box, like freaking mind blowing, right? If
Yeah, yeah.
like because on the Switch you can technically do that because you can do a handheld, you can suspend it and you can dock it and you can keep playing on your TV. But if Microsoft somehow are able to do like you're playing on the handheld, suspend it, and you continue on your TV, yeah, bro, game over, dude. This is gonna be sick. But I mean, what's a platform without games, right? And yeah, I mean they technically own everything now, but they also close everything down.
That
so
too. Yep.
so
That too.
what? I mean, we just end up with Call of Duty and then Oblivion. That's gonna be their money makers. I don't think
Exactly.
they're not. I don't think they're gonna take many chances on uh, smaller, more artsy games. I think they're just gonna focus on their money makers from now on, and it's unfortunate. Um. All right. Last bit of news that we have here. Looks like some signs of life for the animation courtyard at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So we're not going to do a Disney What Are You Doing because I think this is a good idea. The play's been basically empty since the pandemic. They did have the Disney Junior show and that was fine for the kiddos and Little Mermaid's back. Dude, I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen the show yet?
The Little Mermaid one?
Yeah, the new
No.
one. No,
No.
I saw some of the CG. That's on the. It's PS2 looking people. It's not great. Yeah.
That's tough.
So
That's
it's tough. It's tough. Like I saw some stuff out there. We saw some videos of like when they were doing the previews, the pass holder previews, and my daughter was
Yeah.
like, "It's like what's up with those graphics?" I was like, "Yeah, I know, right?" like, so, but they are
That's tough.
revitalizing the area. They are coming up with a new Disney Junior show. Of course, Little Mermaid's back, and that would mean that the Star Wars. Whatever the thing they have going on there is gone. I don't think last time we went it was closed. The Star Wars lunch bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, lunch bay was closed. So it's I don't think they're
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean they have some cool stuff in there because they had the character meet and greets. So I'm wondering where are they going to move those now? And some of the props that they had there because they had a lot of props and they had a lot of stuff in there. So I'm wondering if that's going to get moved or if there's going to be an area added to the old Muppets courtyard with the Monsters Inc. redo. If there's going to be like an area next to Star Tours, right, for that. Maybe, I mean, that could be it. But that's going to be interesting. Yeah, so they're bringing out new stuff. They're kind of doing like the magic of Disney animation again, which is great. And we're finally seeing some progress done in that area after all these years. I've seen some stuff from Magic Kingdom about, Riverboat's closed already and Tom Sawyer Island's closed. So that's all gone away for sure. Villains is still like, from what I heard, is still like a changing, evolving or devolving project. It's in there. Epcot, I know the Spaceship Earth is under refurb right now. Test Track, I heard it's good, the new one, so that's good.
Yeah, I've seen a couple clips for that. Looks cool.
Yeah, and I'm still not over the Epcot courtyard, man. I'm like, I am still hurt. I am still hurt about that. If they could even just bring the old music back, that would make it better. I have a story about that actually. So my daughter asked me, it's like, hey, so like, because she went to Epcot when the old fountain and the old center was there, but she didn't remember. Like she was little, she was like 2, 3 maybe, and we looked up a video, man. And with the music and the fountain and electric umbrella and all that stuff, and she made a really good comment about it, and this is great. Like this is like hearing this from a kid. You messed up. She's like, I don't know why, but like the music and the colors make me want to smile. I was like, yo, that's deep. and I was like, because now we just got like a big Starbucks and plants.
it looks like to me it looked like a university campus a little bit.
Yeah,
Like a
I
modern university
it
campus. Like
is
I feel like I need to. Well, I've actually when I walked through it, I was like, I feel like I could bring my laptop and work out here.
it is
But that's
devoid
not.
of fun.
But but that's the thing. Like you're saying, it's a theme park. So like
Yeah, exactly.
that's not what they should be going for
No,
necessarily.
I know. I don't want to. I don't want to go to
Like
Epcot and think about work. Well, are you crazy,
yeah,
Joe? What the
that's what
heck
I'm
are you
saying.
talking
It's
about?
not necessarily what you should be going for.
No, I want to go to Epcot and think about like going to the rides and doing the thing, and then going around the countries, but they took the fun out of it, and to hear a kid say it, it gave me reassurance that yeah, this was bad. It was bad. I don't know if it was Paycheck or Iger before that, or I just don't think that the team was up to it. I think that ultimately it comes down to the team that worked on the project was not up to par, and I think they try to approach the project with a more sophisticated uh, vision, and you can't do that to a theme park. You need the whimsy, you need the fun, right? Now it's unfortunate because now Epcot has like fun rides like Guardians and Ratatouille, like it has fun stuff to do now, but then the rest of the park's boring like at the beginning. Before it was the opposite, like the rides were slow moving, edutainment, and it was great. I loved it when I went to Epcot when I was a kid, and I loved it, right? But but the rest of the park, like even back when before Interventions was there, back when it was Communicore, even then, like it was like fun stuff to see and do. Now it's get wet in the Moana thing, which is like, yay, humidity. And then, plants. And then, oh, Guardians is cool. But I don't know. I hate it. I could keep talking about Epcot forever. I used to love that place. Now it's just so boring. But they pay the price for the lack of vision. All right, sir. That is what we got. Go ahead and plug us in.
Yeah, thank you all so much. Wow.
Oh,
Jeez, my
dang
voice
it.
started going a little. I don't know what's going on there.
Joe's over
Sorry,
here
guys.
devolving. It's like,
Taking light from me.
yeah, I'll say.
Jeez. No, thank you all so much for staying with us. We want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We talked about being in Florida SuperCon, Tampa Bay Comic Convention will be at next week. So like make sure you stay tuned, stay subscribed. We have our podcast episodes that come up on our YouTube channel. The actual audio version of our show, which is on podcast platforms of your choice, places like Spotify, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. Find us, subscribe to us. You also can follow us on social media at No Load Time. It's at No Load Time. All social handles down below. If you're watching the video version, you'll see it down there. Last but not least, you can support our show on Patreon, patreon.com/no load time. That's patreon.com/no load time. As little as $1 a month, literally $1 a month you can do to support the show. Shout out to producer Tony. And thank you to everybody who joins our show. We really appreciate your support. Look forward to being with you guys next time.
Thank you, guys. Stay safe. We will see you again next time.